Hey, ever wanted to create a startup but got anxious just thinking about stepping out of your comfort zone? Well, AI might be an absolute game changer for you. Over the last few months, I've been building my own first ever startup, and AI has played a massive role in it. Here's what I learned. So, my startup is a small B2B application designed to help event organizers market their events. At its core, it's a server-side image generation system which combines attendee data with design templates to create personalized images. There's also a fun design editor, not quite at a Canva level, but pretty functional. And of course, there's AI. How can you do anything without AI in this day and age, right? This part is actually really cool. Say we have an ugly background, and if I click on this button and edit the video to skip 5 seconds, the AI updates and underlying data structures described in JSON, they fit the new background much better. It's not perfect, and I have to adjust a bit, but sometimes it gets things pretty fine. And it's not a killer feature, but somewhat cool. So how did AI help me building all of this? Well, honestly, in ways I never expected. I used to be a backend developer, but now I'm building a full product. And that means handling everything. There's front-end, infrastructure, DevOps tasks, admin, security, design, UX, product ownership, really, and even legal issues. And I'm nowhere near an expert in most of these fields. But with AI, well, I don't have to be. See, if you are already an expert in your field, AI can speed things up, right? But it also gets things wrong, which can get quite frustrating. But the real magic happens when you're dealing with something unfamiliar. In this case, instead of struggling through trial and error, AI lets you operate at a level which is not expert, but sometimes close enough to get things done efficiently. Alright, so how do I use it? Well, first thing, I use it as a task assistant. So this one's actually a life changer for me. Same, I'm working on something complex. Uh, Deep in a code, totally in the zone, and then I have to deploy, and I realize my deploy script is somewhat suboptimal, and I kinda need to do some extra steps when it's done. Well, before I would just ignore it. No way I'm breaking my flow to tweak a shell script, right? Maybe I would write a note, but let's be honest, I probably never read it. Well, now, instead of writing a note to myself, I write a note to AI, and a minute later, I have a working shell script ready to copy paste, like this, right? And I trust it enough that I don't even bother much verifying every little detail. And this isn't just a one off thing. A startup founder's day is packed with tiny, distracting tasks, a myriad of them, when they pull focus from the real problems often. Offloading those to AI keeps mental energy on what actually matters, things which bring direct value to your customers. So, in this regard, AI has been a game changer. For the next thing, I kind of used AI a lot as a front end developer. Well, I did use AI to help with some back end tasks too, but really where it shined was front end. Maybe because I'm a backend developer and I don't know much about front end, but really it not only did the implementations, it helped me design the features themselves. So here's an example. I had a very simple page from Prototype where attendees could select one of the designs and share the content on social media, all in one page. Silly. For the more production-ready product, I kind of needed to have a page where attendees could have a wizard-like flow. They could select one of the designs and then upload a picture if it's missing. Then see the final picture, and instead of seeing two options to share, maybe have some tabs. But I don't fully know what I want. I kind of need to hash it out first. So let me show you how I would go about it with AI. I would first introduce AI to the state of what we have now and give him the source code. I would also urge him to ask questions. And I love these questions, right? I need them to make sure I'm not missing something. Or maybe these questions might involve some new ideas which I didn't think about. So AI comes back with questions about workflow details and feature enhancements. All good questions, I think about them, and later introduce some new data structures in backend. And I tell him about these and tell to confirm that we're clear. Then, after that, I would do one more step, writing out what I really want from new functionality, making sure I'm heard and I understood clearly. Once I feel we hashed it out, enough, I hit him with this prompt. Just generate me the page using earlier source code. AI comes up with the source code. Let's just copy and paste, and look at that. That's quite amazing. Well, pictures are a bit small. There's this weird step counter. I didn't really ask for that. It converts a button when image is selected. Okay, that's fine. And then when we click, well, this obvious bug here, likely because we skipped photo uploading, which is step 2. Yeah, we have a photo already in this case. But look, there's 2 tabs for sharing, and just what I asked, and everything else works almost fine. And that's it. At this moment, I won't ask AI for any more details. I would take the code, and I would modify it to my liking. So this, in reality, took me 15 more minutes maybe to add company logo, get rid of a step counter, and make images bigger. And it looks like that. That's the final code. The fun thing is, this whole process took me about 1 or 2 hours max. AI produced 300 lines of code, and we have a nicely functioning page. That's great. So this new term in town is called vibe coding. It's a funny term. Whole vibe coding connotation has this idea that inexperienced people get above their pay grade and basically don't know what to do when bugs start coming in. And that's true, really. Things get rough. Like in my case, I had this Playwright library which was launching Chrome processes in Docker, but zombie processes kept appearing in my host machine and I didn't know what to do. Did AI help? Not at all. Process table was filling up, and I kind of had to get into the nitty-gritty of this and understand how Docker initializes processes and use a different initializer. Or the React R&D library, which I was using in my design editor, it was having these weird offsets, which managed to apply in a race condition during the page rendering. It was driving me mad. AI didn't help at all, and I had to fork the whole React R&D library to be able to change one specific method. So there are still things which you're gonna have to do yourself. And if you are vibe coding, these things will just block you. And you will have certain bugs which might lead you to failing your project completely. So look, if you expected some deep philosophical take, is AI replacing us? I'm sorry to disappoint. Frankly, I don't care. I've just built a product in 2 months that should have taken me at least 6 with my current knowledge. And from now on, it will take even less. For techies like me, AI grants an ability to expand to areas which we are not very comfortable in. This is a freaking golden age for us. Now, do I know if my startup will succeed? Yeah, no idea. That's not something AI can help me with. But the number of ideas which I can now bring to market at lightning speed, that's mind-boggling. See you next time.